Here at the New York Auto Show, Hyundai took the wraps off of their all-new 2020 Sonata. This has one of the most polarizing designs overall, so I'd love to know what you all think about this look down there in the comments section below. It is definitely incredibly distinctive, but it also is definitely in keeping with the rest of the family's design language. This chrome stripe that starts on the side actually wraps around the hood line and then integrates right there into the daytime running lamp, which is really a cool design. LED headlamps on this particular model, and then no divorced headlamps like we see in some of the other Hyundais out there. So all the headlamp components are right there in that module. Then we have this very wide grille up front. Hyundai refocusing on style makes an awful lot of sense for the Sonata because, again, with families moving to mid-size and compact crossovers instead of what was formerly the family sedan, the kind of shopper that is interested in this vehicle is making a styling choice, and this is definitely one of the most style-forward entries that you can buy. Out back, that very distinctive and definitely very polarizing style continues. I actually can't wrap my head around this duckbill-like spoiler that's part of the trunk lid itself. We have this very steep section right back here. It's about the same angle as the glass, and it ends in this sort of spoiler-like affair. I can actually have to go all the way over here to wrap my hand around it. Then we have, again, a light pipe that wraps all the way around that rear end. When the Sonata launches, there will be two engines under the hood. There's a base 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine that produces 191 horsepower. That's up a little bit from last year, both in terms of horsepower and in terms of displacement. Under the hood, there are two engine choices. Things will start out with a brand new 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine that produces 191 horsepower. Then we get an optional 1.6-liter turbo. It's basically the same as the outgoing model. That drops power down to 180, but it actually bumps the torque up a little bit. Both engines are mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is a little bit different than the past. In the past, Hyundai has generally mated that 1.6-liter turbo to a 7-speed dual clutch, so things are going to be a little bit smoother in the 2020 Sonata. Hyundai hasn't given us exact details yet, but expect performance variants of this vehicle to come very soon. Hyundai has really decided to start targeting those performance options, so they're telling us to expect around 275 to 300 horsepower as a first stab at a performance model of the Sonata. While we're taking a look under the hood, it's worth noting that, again, the hood does open right there like that. It's not like those stripes are part of the hood and the hood would open actually closer to the headlamp. It's kind of an interesting and unique design. The interior is not quite as polarizing as the exterior, but you can tell this is still a very style-forward vehicle on the inside. Everything from the way these air vents are shaped to this large infotainment screen and the available full LCD instrument cluster are kind of surprising in this segment. 2020 really seems to be the year for big displays in mainstream cars, because not only are we getting a large 12-inch display here, we're also seeing them in something like the Toyota Highlander as well. The steering wheel has also taken on a very new and aggressive shape, paddle shifters on the back, and a curve right here in the middle that actually is reminiscent of some luxury cars out there. Hyundai's also gone all in on the button shifter, so we have park, reverse, neutral, drive as buttons rather than another shifter module. There's also a wireless tray, large cup holders, and a pretty comfortable armrest. One thing I am a little bit disappointed by is that we don't find four-way lumbar support here anymore. It appears that Hyundai has moved to a slightly different seat design. Hopping into the back seat, you'll notice the overall effect of that side profile, and that is that I can't sit back here with my head against the headrest. I would have to crane my head to one side. And that's pretty much normal in the mid-size sedan segment these days. None of the other alternatives out there really have any more rear seat headroom. The big variance in this segment seems to be legroom, where the Sonata is likely going to fit right in the middle of the pack. Moving back to the trunk, we have a cargo area that appears to be pretty typical for a mid-size sedan in America. The Sonata has generally had one of the larger trunks available, and that appears to be continuing here, although I'm not sure whether it is as deep as something like a Nissan Altima or a Nissan Maxima as far as bag carrying capacity goes. At this point in time, we don't know how much the Sonata will cost, but you should expect to see this on dealer lot sometime in 2019, a little bit later in the year. This really seems to be one of the most style-forward entries in this segment, so let me know what you think about that down there in the comments section below. Do you like the look? Do you not like the look? And how does that affect your overall purchase? And as always, be sure and hit that subscribe button down there so you can be updated on all of our latest videos, including the full video on this just as soon as we can get our hands on it.